Hi guys, this is Ellie with Full Moonlight Tarot 20, and I'm really sorry, but I just broke the microphone. So there's going to be some background noises and the sound quality is kind of going to be shit until I get a new microphone. So I'm sorry in advance. So we're going to do a twin flame check-in reading today. So let me shuffle the cards. I decided on a new location in my house to do this because I find I just need more space for the twin flame readings because I'm using more cards. So let's try this out and see how it goes. So we're going to be doing a check-in to see where the divine feminine and the divine masculine are at this time. I find the energies are really crazy right now, and I don't know if you guys have heard about this Atlas 31, but I find this all very, very interesting, and this is supposed to be happening today, the 30th, as of when I record this. Spirit, give me 2 cards for the divine masculine, and where is that at this time? This one wants to come out. Embrace what destiny has in store for you. Sorry guys, this is why a lot of times I like shuffling in advance, because then I'm not wasting a lot of time. Receptive. Be ready to receive what fate has planned for you. So let's keep it at that for a moment. Embrace what destiny has in store for you. And I feel like the divine masculines are still kind of in a place of they're trying to kind of keep with what they have, and it's very hard for them to let go of their reality, right? Even those who have their karmic situations breaking apart, it's the whole transition of everything is very, very hard for them. And it's very hard for them to have faith that things are going to work out for them, because they're probably not as spiritually minded as the divine feminines are. Well, there's some divine masculines who are very tuned in, but most of them very much 3D mind, 3D thinking, not very spiritual. While now I feel Spirit is trying to prepare them. Spirit is trying to make them see that they need to trust in a higher power. Maybe now there's a lot of things, as I said, falling apart for them. And this goes for the rest of us too, because we are at the end of a 9-year cycle and a lot of things are ending. We're also in a 9-year, and that's a year of endings. A lot of things falling apart. We're walking away from things and people that no longer serve us, because now we're walking into a 1 year. A 1 year is a year of new beginnings. And we're right now being confronted with a lot of things from the past that we may not have resolved quite yet. So now we're also in Mercury retrograde. I don't know if that started yet or if we're in the pre-shadow area. But this is bringing a lot of past things back to us. I myself have seen some posts about some ex-partners of mine, and it's brought back some memories and some unresolved feelings that I've had in that regard. And this is for us to let go of this, to let go of old attachments, to let go of things that have been done to us, to forgive and forget, so we have a clear slate and can start over. And this is what the divine masculines are having a hard time with, because they're so rooted in their 3D life, and their whole identity is based on the life they have created for themselves. It's not on who they are on the inside. They don't even want to look at that. They don't want to face that. This is all about just like I said, they don't want to face they don't want to look at how everything around them that they've worked so hard for is now falling apart and they have to start all over. And who are they without those connections? And who are they without that empire they've built? They feel like they have nothing. So don't be surprised if your masculines are jumping into other karmic partnerships after they've just left one, because their egos needs a boost, right? And they know from you they would only get truth, divine feminine. So yeah, they're going to get comfort. They're go to where they can find it. They're going to try to hide from what's happening. They're going to try to hide from facing their shadows, from facing their fears, from facing the feelings of those losses. But Spirit is trying to prepare them. Spirit is really working hard behind the scenes to get them to face what's happening and what's coming for them, and to have faith in Spirit, and to have faith that their life can be so much better than what they had before. Yeah, so they're being prepared for sure. I'm just going to pick some of the Love Oracle cards because I just want to see what else is going on there. Peace, balance, harmony, friendship, apprehensive, afraid, cautious, pain, and stress, turbulence, tension, arguments. Yeah, this is what their life is like right now. They want their peace, but they have all the stress and pain going on, right? Everything's falling apart for them, and they're really working hard on regaining their equilibrium. They're working really hard on that, and it's not easy. So pray for them, divine feminine. Send them some positive energy, but don't run to them. Don't run after them. Don't try to fix them. Let's see what's going on for the divine feminine. Emotions. Look deep within your emotions. Look deeply within to discover your soul purpose in your relationships. Interesting. So, of course, all this time, we're now facing our emotions, divine feminines, because there's things that are popping up. We might see what's going on with our divine masculines, and we might be shaking our heads at how they're handling things. But stop looking at what he's doing and focus on yourself. Look within your emotions. What is being triggered? What is being triggered when all these feelings come up about past connections? You know, now that we're going through this Mercury retrograde thing, and we're ending a 9-year cycle. What have you overcome? What things do you still have to work on? What things are lingering that are unprocessed? What's going to hold you back from starting a complete new cycle? And yeah, feel those emotions. Stop worrying about what other people are doing and focus on yourself. This is your time to go inward. And that's what Scorpio season is all about, is going inward. Like, and the whole winter season too, because here it's getting dark, it's raining, it's cold, and we stay inside more, right? Use that time wisely. Rest and do what your body guides you to do, and focus on yourself. Focus on making this life worth living. First of all, process any unprocessed emotions. Feel them and release them, which is easier said than done. Trust me, I know. Look at all the connections you've had when I look at the soul purpose in your relationships card here. Look at all the connections you have in your life right now, and look at the connections you've had in the past. What have you learned from them? what comes up when you think of those connections from the past? What emotions are you feeling? Is there still anger? Is there resentment? Is there still pain? Is your any childhood wounds, are they being triggered? Abandonment wounds, that kind of thing, are they being triggered? You got to work through that. But also appreciate the people you have in your life right now and the people that are going to be coming in this new cycle, because all these people we have around us, we have called them in. We have soul contracts with a lot of them, whether they're karmic or not. And these are here to help us learn and to help us grow. And especially the twin flame connections are supposed to help us find our inner balance. And it's supposed to evoke self-love. We are supposed to go through this hell of an ascension in order to finally embrace unconditional love for ourselves, and which therefore then can draw in that partner, right? So appreciate all the relationships you have with other people and ask yourself what each connection is supposed to teach you. And I'm not just talking romantic partners, I'm talking about everybody in your life. So yeah, and then maybe this is going to help you figure out what your purpose in this life is meant to be, right? So I'm just curious, any cards for you? Actually, I don't want to use these for you. I want to use the romance angels for you. Chemistry. Guys, I'm really not that great at shuffling. I never really learned how to do it properly, but this is fine. Chemistry. There's a strong magnetic attraction here. New love. A new person has stirred your romantic feelings. Express your love. Go ahead and make the romantic gesture. So I feel like there's some of the divine feminines in my collective who have met a soulmate connection, or they're about to, and this could play into this new cycle that's about to start and this 1 year coming in. So express your love. Go ahead and make the romantic gesture. Yes, if you feel that this person is the one, and you will know, because soul connections, they feel instantly familiar. You feel instantly comfortable around them. They always say that if you meet someone and you get the butterflies and you get the nervousness, that's not the one. The one is the one that makes you feel like you can be yourself. The one that makes you feel safe. The one you don't have to put on a pretense, you don't have to put on a facade, because you feel like they're not going to like who you truly are without that facade. If this is what's going on, if this is what you're feeling, go for it. And I know a lot of us, not that we stop loving our divine masculine, but sometimes the divine masculines are just, they're just choosing not to do the work. They're turning away. They have too much fear. And yes, they always say, if when the divine feminine, because there's such an intense connection between the two, when one does the work, the other one gets triggered to do the work too. So yes, you're doing work, but you might not see that it's having an effect on the divine masculine. And maybe you love them, but you don't want to be with them. And that's totally okay, because a lot of twin flame connections are okay to run on parallel timelines. You know, you're still working together in the 5D, but you can still choose to be in a soulmate partnership, someone that's actually going to show up for you, that's going to support you, where the divine masculine is not quite ready in the 3D to be there for you and support you. Be very honest with yourself. How is your masculine? Is he showing up for you at all? Is there, this has a separation been going on for months and years, and you're, you know, he's entertaining other connections, and he's still in his toxicity, and he's not doing anything. Well, from what you see, he's not doing anything about it. So if you want to feel loved and supported and a soulmate comes along, why on earth would you not go for it? So go for it. I mean, there's those of us, you know, who say no, like, I love my divine masculine and I'm going to wait around and I'm going to do the work and hope that he's going to come around one day. Never wait. For one, never be in an energy of waiting, because you're going to be waiting for a long time. Because if you're in an energy of waiting, that's what the universe sees, and the universe is just going to keep you more waiting. It's just going to give you more waiting time. So if you stop waiting and put yourself in an energy of receiving and giving to yourself and being everything for yourself that you want another person to be for you, but embody that, then that partner can come in, because now you're in that energy, willing and able to receive, and you're not waiting. I'm sorry, but my cat is going insane, running back and forth right now. Can you believe she's 19? Because she doesn't act like it. So I want to pull a couple of cards for you, the union energies. I'm just curious to see where we are at with union energies. Cards for the union. Love conquers all feelings. Take time out to explore the deep emotions you are experiencing. And I'm going to pull so take out time to explore the deep emotions you are experiencing. And that's exactly what we're doing, right? Like, we are, funny enough, here we got the retreat card right beside it. Love conquers all. Yes, it does. And you should always be try to stay in the energy of love. Try to stay in the energy of self-love. Try not to think negatively about your masculine, because any negative thoughts, I mean, they're just detrimental for the union energies, even if you don't want to be in union with them, right? And I love how these two work together, the feelings and the retreat. Take time out to explore the deep emotions we're experiencing. Yeah, this is what I said earlier about going within, explore and think about and feel those emotions that are coming up with everything that's happening around you. It is safe to love. Open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all. Yeah, get in that energy of knowing that you do deserve to be loved, and that you're lovable, and that you're loving, and say that to yourself. Because until you believe that, how are you going to attract somebody who mirrors that back to you? Right? You have to be that for yourself first. And getting to know each other, as you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens. Well, work on yourself. Work on yourself. When somebody comes, if somebody comes in, I feel like if, you know, and there are unions happening, there are unions coming about. But I feel like when you run into your masculine again after a long separation, you're both in different energies, because you've worked on yourself and you've risen, you know, your energy is a lot higher. Your frequency is a lot higher than it was. But your masculine has been through experiences too. And a lot of the masculines, they have worked behind the scenes. It just, you know, you can see the stark differences, but you know, I'm sure there's some of them that really have done the work, and they're mirroring the work you have done on yourself. So you will have to get to know each other all over again when that separation ends, because you're going to be completely different people, both of you. You're not the same people you were when you first met, however long ago that was. So those are the union energies right now. Wow. Yeah, I feel like the separations for some is coming to an end, for others not so much, and there's a soulmate coming in. But I feel like you're always going to be on that twin flame journey. You're always going to be on the path of ascension. You're always going to be trying to transmute things from the past that are still coming up. But at the same time, you're getting to the point where you're helping people on this planet transmute some of that negative energy that's flying around, and raising the whole energy of the whole vibration of our planet, right? Because it's in the dumps at this time. But this is what we're here for, right? The twin flames are supposed to show the world unconditional love, what unconditional love is, because almost every relationship you see, it's transactional and conditional love, and there's a lot of facades and a lot of toxicity and very little love in a lot of these relationships today. And we came here to change that, right? This is one of the main reasons that twin flames right now are so prevalent on planet Earth. It's insane. Where before you've never heard of this, right? And now there's so many of us. So if you feel like this resonates with you, I would love to hear from you. This is what I have for you at this time. I'm sorry if the sound quality was terrible. I'm gonna try to replace that microphone as soon as I can. Anyways, guys, love and light. I will talk with you next time.